Monday, July 24th, 2023. Right now is 3:30, half an hour for market close, 3:30 in the afternoon. Okay, let's get started. Right, let's go right into SOXX. We have a trade on this, still going on. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. You held it for a week already. Short. A put spread. 485 strike. 485 strike. And border 480 put. So that's a spread, a vertical spread, a $5 spread. At that time, the delta was 18 on the 485, 15 on the 480. The market continued to move up a little and then it drops lower. Right. So now it dropped right below the actual breakout. That was a breakout trade. Right. So normally if just outright on the price action, on the actual stock, on the actual index in this case, well, it broke below this bar. Right. Either you get out, broke below, right, invalid, that's a fake breakout, or you wait for one more bar and the next bar that go low, that's good confirmation. So right here, right, on that trade, just on the stock itself, in the index itself, if I had bought it, right, I would set the stop loss at 502.67, 502.650, right, somewhere below 503, maybe 503, and take the loss. Right. But this is an option trade right now. I have 3 weeks for me to work out. I'm short the vertical spread, I'm short the put, so I can wait. I have 3 more weeks for it to either expire above this price, 485 plus 75 cents on each options, which is 100 stocks, which option is $75, so I can do that for 84 and 25 cents on each. If it closed below this, right, because I'm basically holding 100 share of this. Yeah, Charlie, I short 100 share of this basically. Go below this, I lose money. If it close above this, I make the money. I make the premium basically. That's how it works on options. Right? So that's why I open the vertical. Right now I can close it buy it back, but it's not. I have time. I have 3 more weeks for it to go sideways, go up. Okay, as long as it doesn't go below this on the closing day, on the option expiration day, right, on that third Friday of the month, which is August 18th, then I'm good. Then I get to pocket my premium. Otherwise, I stand to lose how much? 425 on this trade, the maximum, because it's vertical. So even if it go below 480, that's my maximum loss. And yes, you can tell this risk-reward ratio is pretty bad, right? It is, but I just want to put it in trade and see how it goes. Typically, again, $1 to $4. If I risk $4, I need to make at least $1. Okay, this is like 1 to 8. All right. 1 to 8, 1 to 7, so that's not a good risk reward trade. Usually I won't take this trade. But SOXX been strong. I'm like, okay, it broke up, it's a breakout trade. Breakout trade give me a 60% or 1A on top. I overlay option, so I have a good chance of pocketing this premium. I have a long-term uptrend on this case. So this is kind of like my number 2 setup, a breakout trade, which I always say 60, 65, a good one is 70%. Meanwhile, if I do my other favorite one, my number 1 setup strategy, the false hammer, that give me a very high percentage typically. I have yet, knock on wood, but I say 95% of the time, I win money on that setup. This one, I would say 70-80% of the time in actuality. Yeah. So, but I always give it a little lower rating at the beginning because it's a consolidation breakout. But market is a little tired overall in actuality. So, but it's still within this uptrend. Within it, there's a couple of things. The moving average, right, is above this white line. Okay, which is a 21 days moving average. It's hugging in, and every time you go below it, it pops back up. Go below it, pops back up. Right? Go below here, and then eventually comes back up. So, and then it's on the higher portion, remain in this regression channel. I have a long-term regression channel on this. As you can see, this nice channel as a top portion and a lower portion, and it stay within this high portion. The upper top 50 of this whole regression channel, long-term uptrend. So I'm like, that's a good trade still. Chances are, if we make some up move over time, I can even close out early. I will close out trade early. The first rule is actually I will close out the trade, at least some of the trade, if I have multiple contracts on, that is 50% of my max profit. So that's like $37.50. That even skew my probability of winning higher. You just need to make an up move, and that's good. If you just need to make towards the top of regression channel, that's good. Let's track my regression channel out even further, my long term. Alright, so let's add these field bar and see where it's standing at. Alright, so yeah, as we can see, clearly it's just really going sideways. Always going make up, we trace a low, right? Up, we trace a low, and then up again. Alright, the triple top on this area. This area is a triple top right now. It come back, and it's gonna. Who knows what they want to do? These two are inside, but it retrace back below the breakout point. Now it's indecisive what to do. Okay, so 3 more weeks for this to work out. I have 3 more weeks of time for this to make up move, so I can close out this trade early on half of my max profit, or it stays above. I still make money. Yes, if it go below, yes, then maybe the market can turn around too, right? So let's say, 1/3 chance of they turn around, 1/3 chance of going up, 1/3 chance of going sideways. Alright, just backing at that right now is just in the middle area. We always do that. Alright, so the bull market is not really doing much on today. So this week we also have a Fed meeting, and we'll see how that goes. That's going to be interesting. They're going to drive something. And if it continues to retrace, I might have a false hammer on any of these uptrending stock. I might have a chance on any of these guys. Let's see, Apple been trading nicely. I would like to retrace one and then give me a false hammer, this bar, and then I can long. I'm looking for long. I'm looking for long on these guys, actually. And that's the trade I want to get. Oh, this guy's coming off. Look at Meta. So Meta is really coming off. Let's extend my long-term regression channel. The more data point it is, the more meaningful that is. It's heading towards the lower. Look, it broke below this 21 day. The last time it did it was like way back in April, and then it jumps up again. Right, so I have a chance. Since this nice trend this whole year. So guess what? For the long-term trend follower, for the trend follower, hey, this might give a chance to get in again. Yes, it seems like this momentum is here. It might go down further, right? So that's why I like to put the vertical spread instead of just buy outright. The market might get tired because for the half since December of last year, January, this whole year been wrapping up this guy. Okay, so this is a low last year, November. Go back, and the gaps over here. We're earning any gap. So this is actually the first important resistance. Let me draw a line. Okay, this is the first. After this gap, it came back and closed the gap. Right. So my regression channel, although I can just start from here, actually, right? So this whole year, actually, look at it. Friday, 6th of January, is that it broke up and it just keep going until the next earning. Boom, it went up, pull back. Does not give me a false hammer bar. No trade. Went up. Alright, bounce off this again. Maybe this was a trade. Could be. And bounce off again. So right here, I'm looking for potential that eventually, if it drifts sideways, I want to see if buyers come back in. That's how it works. You got to read the market. If you want to use technical analysis, you must read the story behind the bars, behind the candlestick. Right? Every candlestick tells a story. You learn how to read it, you learn how to read the market. You learn how to read the confirmation of the price action. Right? I don't make projection, I'm just making confirmation of what it did for the day. That's why I'm an end-of-day trader using technical analysis. Or if I'm an intraday, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever that time bar candlestick represent. I read that bar and it tells me a story of what happened during that time frame, during that duration. And that is the hard essence of technical analysis. You can make all these fancy projections, trying to make these line extension. To me, it's meaningless. I played this game long enough to that. This is how I play it. This is the best way to play it. That put the best probability on my side is, hey, I read what had happened, and from what have happened, right? And I will make a judgment, the probability of it doing something, continuation of a pattern. And my pattern is long-term trend following. I'm looking for trend. That's the pattern. Making new highs over time, right? An uptrend. And I will look for places to go in. I'm a trend follower. That's my best setup. When things move in the direction, chances are there's a reason behind. I can look back in the fundamentals. I can look at these earnings, and I can deduct back down the fundamentals why it did this. And the technical charts, the bar showed me it did this. So now I can go dig back why, and I can go trace back the fundamental reasons. So they all connect. Right, together. They all have to connect together, and that's how you make high probability winning trades. And top overlay options, I skew the probability even higher on my side. Just like SOXX, even if it came back in, I have time. Right. So that's fine. And I always limit my loss. That's why I do vertical. I could have go naked and short to spread. I mean naked short outright just to put, without making a vertical spread, an option spread. But I'm like, I want to be able to sleep at night. Yeah. I don't have to worry about it. That's my max loss. That's my max win. That's good enough. And that's how I play. That's the safest way so far. I mean, sometimes I do, if I actually want the stock, actually really want it. If it's on a second wave move, that means what's second wave? Okay, this is the first wave. So first it closed the gap, broke out, went up, eventually gaps up. Right, this is the first peak. I marked it. Right, that's the first retracement, and then make new high. Okay, when it break this level, when it break the peak, when it break this peak. Alright, so that's the second level. Second wave comes in, pull back. Alright, this is second wave. This is the best place to actually look for false hammer, and actually not even necessarily a false hammer as you gain more experience to go in, to go long. Go long on the retracement of the second wave. And now it's third wave. Alright, the third wave, I will play the third wave, that's fine. I'm looking for what? I'm looking for long tails, so buyers coming back in, or good news on the other sector to drag everything's up. Drag, like the video news this year, took everything off, everything took off of it. Right? So what do I do? I keep watching the video. What do I want to do? Because that's the market leader. That is what been pulling the whole semiconductor index. Right now it's off here. It won't even break through this. If it breaks through, that'd be interesting. I want to see if buyers come back in. I want to see it test this breakout area. Okay. So every day I'm learning. Also, I'm learning, thinking, and reading what is the story behind every candle bar. And you try to think, where does it want to go? What's the probability of that? Are the buyers coming in? Or the sellers in charge? Or like today, nobody's in charge. It's just inside bars. We're waiting for fundamental, we're waiting for news for anything that will move it. And that's how it works. And the more you look at these, the more you think, the more you're going to start seeing, making sense of the story behind every candlestick. What is the market doing? What have they done for the day? So I always must go back to the fundamentals. Right? C and B, C. Now let's see what news the market has today. Oh my God, Elon Musk changed name trader to X. I don't know, either he's a super genius or I don't know why billions dollar buy trader. I fail to understand that, but hey, it's money, he do what he want, right? That's as a free market capitalism, but hey, so changing to X is gonna change anything. Okay, unless they have something really hidden behind, some hidden agenda, some plans development. Otherwise, I don't even own this stock. I have no clue why people. Anyway, not my thing. Spotify. So you can go down. Apple Vision market's going through a short squeeze of historical proportion. Blah blah blah. Right. Bitcoin drops. There's no major news. Any news today that affect the market today? If this is the headline of the day, there's no news basically. Just because trader's name change. There's no news. So right away, that's why it's an inside bar day. There's no news. Nothing moving in the market. When there's news, when there's reason, the market move, then I can make a choice. If it's good news, the market decides to go down. Then you got to think, why is the market went down? What are people thinking? Maybe people just want to take profit after a long uptrend, or the news actually have secondary, tertiary impact on the underlying effect, underlying economic current or fundamental reasons that will change the whole picture. So even good news, if the market sell off, you gotta think why. That is the fun part, to try to figure out what are the institutions, what are the big players are doing. They're the guys all come together, right? And at the end of the day, they move the market up or they move the market down. In fact, everything, every single player, they all, right? And then all of the buy, order, seller became, end of the day, did the market close up or the market close down, big up and big down, and what is the reason behind it? That is the real game. To understand the market is to understand what are the people thinking, what are the players thinking. That is the true nature of the market. Not making prediction, not making assumptions, but to understand. When you start thinking in that direction, in the term that you're a scholar, I'm a scholar, I'm trying to read the market, I'm trying to understand all this news information coming in every day, and what are the pieces that are important, what are the pieces that drive a stock, drive the sector, drive the market. That make you a better market analyst, better trader. I analyze what is going on, all these information flow. Okay, we are an information processor. That's what my professors taught me, the hedge fund managers taught me. We are all information processors, just someone really good at doing that and can relay and apply it back into the market. And those guys become fund manager, hedge fund manager, traders, those guys make money. You want to be one of those. You don't want to make meaningless predictions. You want to have data, have facts, have experience behind it. And they take time to build. But guess what? Once you learn the skill, once you understand how things work, you put probability on your side. Nothing is for certain 100%. But if you have 80%, hey, that's great. That's even much better than casino. Blackjack, right? Only 53% the casino had advantage over you. And you skew it all the way up to 80%. Oh my God, you're like God. Right? You control your destiny. You control your wealth creation empire. You control your how you create wealth. And I always come back to understanding and how to analyze, how to process information. Yeah. And I always forever thank you to the person who taught me that. And phenomenal. Yeah. That just woke me up instead of trying to guess my prediction, right? No, none of that anymore. That changed the whole course of how I approach the market from the beginning. And from that point, well, that was 30 years ago. Yeah. And from that over 30 years ago, from that point forward, I become like a student of the market every day. Today, I'm still learning. Every day, I'm learning. I'm learning what? We're learning new piece of information how I affect the market. Right now, today is an inside day, so there's not much, so I can relax more and wait for my trades to develop and wait for new trades to happen. Okay, so now the market is 8 minutes away from closing, and yeah, so it's going to close around this area, right this point. Nothing much going on for the day. I probably later I will go through my list and see if anything much going on, but I doubt it. So, well, that's it for today. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope I help a little bit to explain how I read the market, see the market, how I analyze things, and hopefully help you to make better decisions, better trades, and in the end, build your wealth. That's it for today. I'll catch you next time. Thank you.